Oh, the zombie.
Alright, fuckers, it's time to ship post for an hour.
All
Yeah.
right.
Ooh, my favorite part of Mondays is
My this
sitting.
is the favorite part of my Monday is I get to ship post for an hour on the internet.
And then hopefully people will listen to it and not think lesser of us.
I really could not give a shit about what
Yeah,
people
I
think
really
of me.
could not care.
I mean, if you're trying to build an online career, I feel like taking in the people's account of you is important.
Fuck 'em.
No, not really. I mean, taking into people's point of view, like, critically and not like,
Well, I mean, yeah, if somebody's
this is
like,
our cold. This
hey,
is our cold open, by the way.
if
This is
somebody's like, hey, you could do content this way instead of that way and it would work better, like,
I feel
I
like
feel like
listening
that's
to
an
people
opinion to be
critically
considered.
in like actual proper critique manner would be like the best way to go about listening to people. But people just being like, "Oh, fuck you, cause fuck you," and did X, Y, Z.
These guys talk too damn much.
These guys talk too damn much. Damn, don't tune in, I guess.
I
Shut the
mean,
fuck up, you're
shit.
talking too damn much.
So this is it for the next hour. Fuck.
Yeah,
I mean,
just sitting
if
here
you, if
playing
people
video
don't like
games,
listening,
no
people
audio.
don't like, if people, if people don't like listening to us talk, but they tuned in anyway, fucking get comfy. It's like this for the next 58 minutes.
I've been live for 15 minutes, but that's because I started early.
Let's get introductions out the way, I guess.
Yeah.
Same as last time. JD's and Lennoman. It is me, your boy, Lord Farquaad. I'm sorry, that's my porn name. Um, Legion, Mini, and the Monsieur Josiah.
Miss or Josiah.
What's up?
I, I didn't have a outline made for this one, so we're gonna fucking freeball it. That intro was fucking spot on. You allowed me to dial in the audio.
We're gonna free ball the podcast.
Yeah, I can't wait until my audio is just gonna. I sound like I'm shoved down a well.
So what's happened since last time? Um,
Fuck all.
like it. This is gonna. Well, this is gonna be a fucking news. Israel's at war. That's great.
Huh. Really?
That's good for the economy.
Um, I have opinions.
We
I'm
all have
not
opinions.
sure. I'm not sure the podcast is the place for them.
Um, it has any new games come out that I'm not aware of?
Um,
Uh,
no, honestly, gaming for the next like little bit seems to be pretty pretty sparse.
other than Spider-Man coming out on my birthday. Hey yo,
Hell,
Hey,
it's pretty dry for the most part.
pretty D-Rye.
Call of Duty had its pretty dry. Call of Duty had its beta
I'm
or
not
its
excited for Call of Duty anymore. That whole
some
series
teenth
can go
on
fuck
game.
itself.
For some
I, s-
teenth on game, it's
I mean,
they
I'm
still have
just
yet to figure out what the fuck works.
yeah. I'm telling you now, it's straight up just gonna be fucking MW2 again.
It's on W2, but better. Whenever I played the beta, it's literally just that. I shit you not. MW2, but what the game should have been whenever it came out.
Sorry, fucking trying to get music playing and it's not playing, and I'm upset.
I mean, do we really need music? I feel like the sultry sound of all our deep,
I
sensual
mean, whenever we
voices
stop
should be
talking for like
enough.
4 seconds, the audio, the silence becomes pretty loud.
I mean, normal conversation has breaks in it. It's not like unheard of.
Well, I mean, having like music or something in the background just makes it a lot
I'm also
easier to deal
finishing
with.
off these enchiladas that fucking slap.
I
I had chicken and rice.
I have had crackers and then I tasted food that did not taste good, so that's about it. I've had crackers today.
And then you got looked at like you're the village monster.
Uh, it happens. What should I
David!
do?
So, you said the hotel you work at got caught on fire?
No, somebody fucking... Okay, so at first I thought some goober, some absolute melon of a human being had, pulled the switch. Turns out, it's not what happened. What happened was, the wiring in the building is really old, and one of the owners of the hotel is a cheapskate, so he refuses to get anything done about it. So, and like normally I'd be okay with like being a penny pincher and such, like get that bread, do what you got to do. I'm not gonna hold that against nobody. But like, bro, your business is like at risk with you not fucking doing something about that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the fucking idiot, but it just seems like brushing that aside. Like the fire department showed up and everything, and the fireman was like, "Dude, like these wires are old. Like you need to get them replaced." And then later on, he told like his fucking wife that he owns the business with, like, "Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get that done. It's expensive." And it's like,
money.
like, normally I'd understand. Normally I'd get it. But come the fuck on, dude. Like, maybe I'm the dumbass.
No, you're very much so right for not understanding what the fuck this process is, because it's quite literally your business. And for business, wiring is not something you want to go cheap out on.
Nah, bro. Fucking.
Especially whenever it could danger anybody inside, specifically because it's a hotel.
Nah,
Bro,
fuck
what
it.
the funniest part was, is after the alarm started going off, people were calling the front desk being like, "Hey, why is the alarm going off?" And now listen, it was nothing bad, it was just the wiring being, like old and not working. But if it was something serious, are you seriously gonna risk your life and your fucking family's life to call the front desk to ask what's going on, other than just, like, evacuating and leaving?
People were calling the front desk and saying, "Hey, is there something going on? Should we worry about it?"
It's like in
I'm gonna
school,
die.
it's a fire drill.
And let me guess, this was like oblong hours, like 1 in the morning.
It was like 4 a.m.
Excuse me.
Even better.
I don't sleep. That's not
Sleep
true. I
is
slept
for
like
the
a
weak.
dick today. I mean, it's important. Everybody needs sleep.
You heard it here first from the Super Secret Podcast. Get your sleep.
Blacksmith is good. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Alright. Food has been ate.
I'm proud of you for maintaining your macros.
Calorie intake.
Yeah, my caloric intake.
Calorie intake recommended.
That's such a weird word, caloric.
It sounds kind of sounds like a word you shouldn't say to somebody. You caloric.
every time you say caloric, it just reminds me of a cleric.
Caloric
Honestly,
intake
actually,
recommended.
that leads into a question I was gonna ask y'all because I'm playing D&D for the first time pretty soon, and I wanted to ask like, what's y'all's favorite thing to do in D&D, like classes to play and such?
Don't play D&D.
Really?
No. I've been offered, but I'm very like this is the longest I've ever kept something consistent. So like I'm proud of myself for just doing this, adding something else onto it.
Hey, I understand.
Oh, you don't even need to like if you find the right group, you could just do a like I don't know, just set some time, you know, and then just do a one shot campaign. Those are fun.
Just spur of the moment type shit.
Yeah, just spur of the moment, like 8 hour long. No, I'm just not maybe not that long, but
16.
yeah, 16 hour long campaign. It's just a one take, one shot. You get a character.
It's a one take.
I told y'all
I mean,
the
it
character I'm
pretty much
making,
is.
right?
Yes. Oh my god, the fucking music stopped again.
Yeah, you said you were like a plebeian human.
I'm a regular human who just
What the hell did you call me?
he's got hands.
A regular
I'm a-
human who has hands.
Yeah.
It's great. Oh,
Uh,
you know what you need to do though? I do gotta say, like, if you like use your perception a lot, like perception checks and shit, and just like to examine the environment, you can use whatever the fuck you want in the environment. Like if you're in a tavern or whatever, and there's a tavern brawl, throw chairs. Like that shit is expected. Throw chairs.
I mean,
beat people into walls.
so I'm very new to D&D, so I don't know shit about shit. But I'm essentially gonna be able to insult people so fucking mean that it hurts them physically. They take physical damage from my insults. That is how fucking hard my hands are. Is that now my words can hurt you.
Did you ever hear about the guy, the prick named Rick, who thought he knew shit but didn't know shit about shit? If you get that reference, I love you.
It's neat, a good old Negan.
Negan.
Okay, that is...
So,
Hold on.
let's get into what I've been working on. Newsflash, I've been working on a trailer for, what are we on? Day number 4? 5?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there?
Something like that.
We've been working at it for a little bit.
But
You, the hardest of all, which, you know, I commend you and I appreciate you for putting in the work.
insert clap track here.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, for hang on, I gotta die real quick. Alright.
I gotta pass away to the next realm real fast.
Yeah, we've been trying to collect shots. This is my first attempt I've ever done at making something. Trailers, the concept isn't complex, but there's a lot of work that goes into it.
It's definitely a process, but the way I'm seeing it is that if we are able to do this trailer, then that opens up the gate for us to do other like short film stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we'll have already like got the process down. We know what we need to do. We know all the complexities that go into it.
I've made short films before, but that was in high school. Those don't count.
You say that like that was in yesteryear, like
It was,
like
dude.
97.
I've seen 2 graduations since I've graduated. 2 generations of children have left that same building since me.
Back in my day, school used to be done in a single room.
Yeah, in elementary.
Yeah, that's how elementary works.
Hey, don't make fun of him. He's a dropout.
Wow. Okay. Okay. You
There's nothing wrong with the
motherfucker.
dropouts. Some of the most successful people in this planet are dropouts somehow.
Yeah, look at Minnie.
Some of the most successful people on the... I'm not successful
Shut the fuck up. I'm
whatsoever.
gaslighting you.
Oh, you're gaslighting me into success. Thanks, babe. Appreciate you, babe.
But yeah,
Um,
I'm not. Should we tell him what it's
Sorry
for?
about that. I'm getting your call. Let me.
um, do we plan on making content on what the trailer is about, or did you want to like leave that as a separate thing?
Explain. Or like, is the trailer
Yes.
like okay? For example, the shot that we talked about with with the eye.
Oh yeah.
Like, are you wanting to do that as like in the like whenever it's
Eventually,
actually
yeah.
content, like the real shit?
Yeah,
Because
but
the shots that I've been collecting, I'm trying to keep them vague. Because
yeah.
when it comes to movie trailers, the shots that you see in the trailer happen in the movie. But anyways, but how many times can I say the word but?
My favorite word.
But
But anyway. We're terrible.
we're
So yeah, I guess a better question is this more of like a being like a concept type of thing, or is this gonna be like like we're gonna actually just make content from like moving on? Like whenever we join a server, are we gonna be using? Well, obviously you're gonna be using the characters that we're using the trailer for. Just the whole point.
you still need to figure
But
that
are you
out.
going to be making content based off of
I think so only
the server?
because I'm gonna call it Oasis. I refuse to call it by the new name. Oasis has like it fosters content creators on the server itself. Like there's a place to post clips. You can post if you're live streaming, if you're recording for YouTube or anything. And that since I've been on Oasis, which is 2 years now, it's always been like that. So it's already kind of like ingrained into the server. So I think making content out of it would be easy, but it entirely depends on if Chief is willing to go the distance on that, because with the trailer there's going to be expectation, assuming people watch it.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be expectations set, and if the content doesn't meet the expectations that the trailer set, or doesn't exist at all, then
We're fine.
we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot.
But
I feel like.
What?
Sorry, you can go ahead.
Mother asshole, you spoke first.
Okay. Well, I feel like what should be done is more or less, instead of a trailer for it to be like what's to come. I feel like it should be a trailer with like our characters. If we're gonna like, especially if you're making content.
That's what I've been thinking of it as, is that it's more like a little showcase of the characters and like who they are, what they do, and such. Especially with my character being such a prick.
Mm.
I never saw it as, like this is exactly what's gonna happen once these characters are on the ground doing things.
I'm gonna need to alter the dialogue lines I have written then.
I mean,
I feel like if it's like a what's to come type of scenario, it's really hard to like gauge on what's to come, especially whenever it's just an open.
I'm okay.
Anybody
So
can
I'm looking at it like
influence
this.
anything.
At the end of God of War 2018, you see Atreus's vision of Thor showing up at Kratos' house, and then in that vision, Thor looks nothing like he does in Ragnarok. He looks completely different. And the reason that in lore that's given is that Atreus didn't know what Thor looked like. He only had like the stories and whatnot to go off of. So I'm looking at it more of like this is an interpretation of what can happen, not what will happen. If that makes any sense, I'm probably talking out of my ass.
I mean, you kind of are, but it makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
I don't know. That's how I thought about it. Is that it's what can be, not what will be, and it doesn't really need to be anything more than that. However, a question is raised with us doing the trailer.
Yes.
If it does get traction, which it honestly might, because stuff like this on DayZ doesn't really happen anymore. If it does gain traction and such, and then the content made afterwards starts getting traction, like, fuck. What would be your plans moving forward on like roleplay content on like Twitch or YouTube or anything? Like, is that something you would ever be interested in doing?
Are you saying that if I become recognized for making DayZ content, would I stick to it?
Would you do it, and would you continue doing RP content, or would you swap to like other aspects of DayZ? Because I mean, unfortunately, at least to me, RP on DayZ kind of gets looked at like the nerdiest fucking thing in the world. Which, to be fair, it is. It's pretty nerdy.
It is.
But it's almost like shunned and like frowned upon, and I never understood why.
Because, and this might be controversial, but DayZ's not known for its RP content anymore.
Which really makes me sad because like Frankie, Mr. Moon, JLK to an extent.
He still makes that kind of content, but he doesn't like make it. He doesn't. It is roleplay, but not in the way that we do it.
Yeah, like it. It's so weird to try and describe.
But
I
to
don't know how
answer
to
your
put it into
question,
words.
that would have to be decided by the viewers. I can't answer that question because I don't know.
That's fair.
Okay, that looks a little bit better. I had the media player up on the side, and it was making the game display look like I'm playing at 10 frames a second. But I would like to, but the problem is that I have the cycle, which I've mentioned before to you guys, but no one's ever heard of. I will play a game hard for a couple weeks, a couple months, depending on how much I get into it, and then I'll shelf it for months. And DayZ takes it the hardest.
Yeah.
I won't touch it until like the next update comes out, or if there's something to look forward to again. Solely because, like, after you get so set up and you can't, not that there's not any story going on, but if you're not involved in a storyline on the server, what is there to do? Go out, get loot you already have. Go look for a fight that's not going to happen because RP servers are the most stale combat zones I've ever seen.
That is. Also, I just want to say, we started talking about like some general topic, and now we're back to DayZ.
You're welcome.
It happened again. Um, but yeah, I agree with that because, unfortunately, and the opposite problem also happens. So I'll preface with that. Is that people sometimes join RP servers because they're afraid to get shot at. They're afraid to lose a fight and lose all their stuff. And it leads to people never interacting,
Mm-hmm.
and to me that's like that sucks because interaction is the main draw of DayZ.
And then the server staff try to draw people in with events, and it works for the hour that it goes. Once that once that event's over, everyone disperses like the police just showed up to a house party. They're like, "Ah, fuck, run!"
Oh shit, the cops are here!
How did we how did we get to talking about the flaws of a server whenever I all I did was mention that I'm working on a trailer?
Well, I mean, because that's
Well,
what
the
the trailer
trailer
is
is
for.
literally on DayZ, so of course you're
And
gonna
it's
lead back to DayZ.
and it's for the prospect of a DayZ server and RP.
And then uh, but I'm hoping that Oasis keeps me clinged so I can
I hope it does too, because I've been hyping it up to you for literal years at this point, and if it ends up not being what I thought it would be for you, then I'm gonna look like quite the fool.
Well, you also have to take account of that. From what I've heard from both you and Doctor, the servers went through a bunch of management changes,
Yeah,
so it's probably not
so
going to be
the
everything the same that
the keys
so
it's been hyped up
have been
as.
handed over a lot.
the so the original owner, Screw Loose, that was his screen name, decided that he wanted to pursue other creative projects, and he couldn't really do that if he was constantly like on the server doing different things, always managing different things. And he decided to give his essentially right hand man on the server the keys to the kingdom. And doing that, he had to essentially finish off the over because every season of Oasis had technically been an unbroken chain of events. And the reason that some things would happen that would clash with each other is because it was an overall theme of overarching timelines and shit like that, which I always thought was cool. I understand why it turned some people off.
Hi, that's me.
And and with Screw leaving, he decided, you know what, this is going to be the last like timeline based thing we do.
It's like the fucking Marvel multiverse.
Yeah, and his character that he essentially played from the beginning, a character by the name of Maxim, um, finally got killed off. All the multiverse shenanigans are over now. And with Chaos, he's the new owner, uh, in charge. To me, I don't know for sure, but this is what it's looking like to me. Is that there's gonna be no more timeline shenanigans. There's gonna be nothing of that sort, and that it's gonna be back to basics. Storylines set in this one particular world and things of that nature. To be fair, I don't know entirely for sure. That's just what the language he's been using has told me. I could be totally off base.
Your live rides on it.
I wouldn't say that. That's a
Nope,
dramatic.
I'm gonna fucking off you if it's wrong.
Oh my god, no!
Yeah, if we're back to the using timeline shit, bro, you're cut.
You're cut from
I'm
the
off the
squad.
podcast.
Yeah, you're cut. Fuck you.
You're cut from the gang, dude. You're just not fit anymore.
Are any of us fit?
You don't fit the bill anymore, dude.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Okay, Cartman.
Is there...
Yeah, I got a topic.
What?
What are your guys' thoughts and opinions about this Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming out in about 10 days?
Wait for the living tombstone to come in, because you do it in unison.
The entire theater will just be.
I'm going to see it with Gavin.
I am gonna go see
I
it
am
either
not
the end of
going
this
out
month
to a
or
theater to
beginning
watch
of
that
next month.
shit. I'm gonna watch it on Peacock that comes out day one on that.
Bro, I am going to fucking watch it, and I'm going to stand up in the middle of the theater and say, "Was that the bite of '87?"
87? I fucking knew that.
You
was
better
coming.
record it, and I better see.
Did
It
y'all
better be sent to my inbox.
Did y'all see the video that went around of the guy of the guy in the theater, and they showed an ad of it before another movie aired, and after the screen went black and the room went quiet, he goes, "Wait, he was black?"
Oh yeah.
I'm not here. Get out.
I feel
Oh
like.
god, I'm having decent problems. Okay, we're good.
Oh god. Oh god. Podcast is falling apart.
Oh, we endorse a bit of scuff in this pitch.
Bro, we
Hell.
we hope things go wrong. We embrace
Yeah.
failure.
We embrace the
Shit,
scuff.
that's
Like
how
the
best,
forefathers before us.
That's how the best stories happen. is when
Poseidon
everything goes
quivers
wrong.
before him.
Like the forefathers before us. We endorse a bit of scuff.
Forefathers want it all.
All right. Here's one.
And once
Since-
again, I'm sorry.
What?
Just I wanted to jump. I wanted to jump. It's on the topic of movies. The Iron Lung official trailer came out
Oh
the other
yeah.
day.
That
It's-
dropped. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's looking nice. It doesn't really show any shots from the movie. It's just a general dialogue shot, and then main character rises from blood, and a very, might I add, a very Hideo Kojima-esque shot, in my opinion.
The trailer came out. I didn't fucking see it.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't look at it.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's just like a 2 minute, maybe 3 minute.
Do you think I'm gonna
Shot.
take? You think I'm gonna take my precious time out of my precious time?
You
Precious
think I'm
time
gonna
out of
spend
your
my
precious
time
time.
doing things?
You think I'm gonna take my time of doing nothing to do something?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, man.
I can't fit that into my schedule. I'm already crammed back, man.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. So we're gonna turn gears again. Since none of us have played AC Mirage, you think it's gonna be drip or drown?
Drown. Easily.
Joe.
So I've seen a review. Spoiler free. I know nothing of the story. All I know is that if you want to play an Assassin's Creed game for the parkour aspects of it, you will not be happy with Mirage. It is very bare bones. It takes Valhalla. So basically, the studio, I believe, basically just had Valhalla, had the game engine, and just had to work with what they had, using minimal new assets as possible, just to world build and Basim and all the new characters and everything.
All right. So cutting corners, love it. Sounds exactly like Ubisoft.
It's not cutting corners. It's just using what they have, because it's not one of their. I don't think it's one of their bigger budget studios. It's I think it's their French studio. I can't remember exactly.
Montreal.
Maybe. I'm sorry.
no,
I completely forget all
I
aspects
am
of it.
correct because that is exactly what you said in the text message.
Yeah. So they're not able to make something big, like a big, fresh new engine for all this, because while at the same time they're working on this, they're also working on, I think, 3 different Assassin's Creed games, like a phone game, another RPG game set in Japan, and they're also working on that VR game. So I knew straight up it wasn't going to be like...
yeah, a mobile Assassin's Creed game. That's what the gaming market needs right
Uh-huh.
now.
Yeah, they're trying to milk all that as possible. But
you know the fans that want the correct way to play AC game. Let's make a fucking phone game.
but from what I've heard, it's like a 20-hour story. You get, like, I don't know if it's worth the AAA price point that I believe it's set at. I haven't checked the price because I haven't thought about buying it.
Well, let's go find out on stream.
And
Assassin's Creed, dude.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Mirage, the base game is $50. It's not even the $60 price tag.
Oh my god.
Oh, so it's $20 cheaper than a AAA title. That makes sense.
The deluxe edition is $60.
Do you remember when games were like $40?
No.
That makes sense. No, games have always been 60.
They've always been 60.
Like AAA titles have always been
the local
60.
GameStops I used to go to back in my youth,
Well,
games were always
and
like.
of course, Joe, if you get Ubisoft Plus, you can get it for free.
I have.
I have words to say about Ubisoft Plus.
Oh, don't we all?
Assassin's Creed Mirage is very much so like, if you want it for the stealth aspect, I mean, apparently it's been a really good stealth game for some.
I thought you were about to say for some reason.
No, no, I was just saying for some, because I've really only seen very minimal reviews because I don't want spoilers. I also really
I'm gonna play it
had the
because
urge to buy the game.
Because I've played them all except the first one, and I don't know, like, it's just one of those long lasting games. You're like, you've played it as a kid, you still love the genre for what it can be, and you just want to keep on. It's like the toxic relationship. You're like, maybe it'll work out this time.
Say, it sounds like an abusive relationship.
Man, this is beginning to sound like my my topic last time about Destiny. Jesus.
So.
Oh, and since you haven't played the first game, you ain't missing much.
I know. I know how it goes down.
Just play the Ezio trilogy if you want to play the early games. Well,
I've played the
Ezio
trilogy.
It's the quadrilogy because Revelations exists. Good game, by the way. That game gets shit on a lot. It's good.
Yeah, it is a trilogy. It's two Brotherhood and Revelations.
Oh wait, yeah, fuck, you're right.
Do you know how to count?
No. No, I don't.
But back to what I was saying. I played Valhalla and no one took that well, not even me. I mean, the story was alright. I mean, it was cliche. I mean, just Vikings. That's what really sold it.
In politics, that entire game is literally just political discourse over who should control what. And listen, I like things like that in video games. Fallout Vegas is one of my favorite games of all time, specifically for that reason.
Because you could shoot Ronald Reagan.
However, Fallout New Vegas is also fun.
What's that word?
It's this thing that video games used to try to be.
Yeah, Valhalla is fun for one playthrough, and then after that.
Hey,
no.
hey! I like Odyssey, okay?
Assassin.
I don't know why.
What was that? What was that one game? The one with the Balak, whenever the Hidden Ones first started in the series.
Origins.
Which one? Because we've had like 3 origin stories of it.
Origins.
The canon one now.
Oh. Origins was a fucking dumpster fire.
They're all canon.
You're
I
canon.
like to think that the reason there's so many origin stories is because the assassins don't want the Templars knowing where they actually came from.
Bitch, you're canon. Shut up.
But then I'd be giving Ubisoft credit for writing a good story, and let's be honest,
Last good story they wrote was Assassin's Creed
Rogue.
4.
Rogue.
Not even.
4.
That story didn't. That story didn't like. It didn't like wow me. It was just
It was
more.
mostly world building, but Shay was a fantastic character in my opinion.
Jay's a good character, but it's just the story didn't like capture me in the way that 4 did.
Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity was like the cliche love story, but the parkour and the combat is what saved its ass.
Oh no! What saved its ass was Ubisoft fixing the game because the game was broken on release. Remember that shit?
Nope.
So damn buggy.
I actually do not remember that.
The game was too buggy on release. Like guards will fucking see you through walls. Arno would get stuck climbing. Arno
Listen
would
here,
jump
piss
off
pot.
of. Oh yeah, all the whole 9 yards of piss pot this, piss pot that, and then he dies.
I was. Spoiler alert!
Spoilers! Oh my god!
The game came out in 2015. That's your fault.
I just think if you want a Assassin's Creed game with the story, the last good one was 4. Personally, in my opinion.
That means it's not fact.
Yes, it's opinionated. I mean, to me personally.
And 4 was like what 10 years ago now.
Let's find
I
out.
think so.
Going back to the store.
Had the best soundtrack by far.
Easy. Alright, I just looked up ass. So, which one are we looking at? The 360 version?
Yeah, 360 version came out first.
Was it the? Then yeah.
Doesn't say.
Here,
At least not on the marketplace.
On, I'm checking. October 23rd, 2013. So yeah, we're coming up on the 10th birthday of Assassin's Creed 4.
Gosh. Yo!
We're all so fucking old.
Hold on. Guys,
Yes.
I looked up of course I looked up ass. They have a Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla in a bundle, and Immortals Phoenix Rising and Assassin's Creed Valhalla in a bundle. What the fuck?
Yes, the mid-game. Immortals Phoenix Rising is literally just Breath of the Wild, but done the Ubisoft way. Watch Dogs Legion is also a better Assassin's Creed game than Valhalla.
He's not wrong.
Like the Assassin, they had an Assassin's Creed like free DLC event or whatever, and you could get an assassin character. It has a better story than Assassin's Creed. Like that character has a better written story than some of the recent games. But
And I think what made Watch Dogs Legion cool for because I had a new concept of you made your own legion of hackers and shit, and whenever they said you could recruit
It's
anybody,
your name.
you could recruit anybody.
yeah,
Having
And,
a grandma with the taser fucking hack the Big Ben.
So one thing I do have to say is that the aspect of recruiting everybody is its selling point and its downfall. Because the aspect of everybody can be recruited, everybody has a story. That's not real. It's a facade. Everybody can be recruited, sure, but it's just the same skill set, same skill set, same randomized abilities, just with a different face swap that's put in a randomizer. And another selling point was the fact that everybody has everybody has schedules and stuff. That's not the case either. Everybody has schedules whenever you pay attention to that character. So whenever you add them to your team or whatever, or you begin the steps to recruit them, that's whenever they get a randomly set schedule. And a lot of the schedules and stuff and the mission that you do to recruit said person is just a randomized mission of the same thing, like Albion or whatever, like wronged them in some way, or Clan Kelly, like they have a debt they need to pay off or whatever.
The country from Fable did them dirty.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
that,
y'all excited for that?
oh yeah, for sure. For the
Fable?
new Fable remake.
Oh, I thought they were coming out with a new game. Well, like a new point or shit.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's a remake.
I think it's like a soft reboot remake. I think. I'm not entirely too sure on the details, but
The details.
the what is it? Oh yeah, another downfall of Legion is the fact that since there's no set characters that you have like for a main character. I mean, sure you can main a character all you want, but since there's no set characters, you don't get a chance to have emotional moments.
No.
You don't get a chance for character building.
Nope.
Like the main bad guy of the game. Spoilers, by the way. The main bad guy of the game is literally what you call your friend at the beginning.
Yep.
It's very kind of cliche, in a sense. Oh yes, Mr. Bond. I've been working with your team the entire time. Wahaha, evil villain thing.
There was no like emotional attachment. I mean, sure you had your favorite guy because he was either funny or he just had the best moves, but there's no real like risk.
Yeah, they had to
no
add that
guts.
in the DLC after the game came out was the risk. Because they had permadeath, I believe. I think it came out after the game came out. It was like an update afterwards, I believe. But permadeath, I don't think was a thing straight up off the bat. But whenever a character dies, they go into the infirmary, or they get arrested, or like a million other things. And then
I kind of hate that in video games.
You can recruit characters that make the wait time shorter.
Yep.
I hate that in video games. Oh, you got lit on fire, shot 75 times in the chest, and broke all of your bones? Quick stop in the hospital, you're good to go, buddy.
Here's a band-aid and lollipop. Go get out there, champ.
Go shoot more cops, because that's what everybody does in open world crime games.
Yeah.
And with all that, what?
Sorry, no, you can go ahead. So I was gonna just straight up change topics.
Motherfucker, if you shut your ass up.
Yeah, we winging this
Why are we
bitch.
so violent?
We winging this bitch. I'll beat you up. No.
We're gonna fight right now. Don't make me come over there, motherfucker.
Yeah, go ahead.
And like with their dialogue lines, and you may know this better than I do, Joe. They're all generic. Like just you can plug them in anywhere type of line.
Oh yeah, that's the whole goal. That's the whole purpose of the game. You have your set characters. They have lines that are unique, and then you have characters that give off responses. So all your characters that have voice actors or whatever, you have like 4 voice actors for males, 4 voice actors for females, and they all like have different dialects or whatever. And then you have like the like 1 or 2 like hitman characters or special characters that are like from like Russia or whatever. But anyway, all the lines are just response lines. Not really like lines that are meant for story wise, like decisions and shit like that. So it's just like
you wouldn't notice that if you didn't think too hard, but coming from Watch Dogs 2 to this one, you were expecting so much more because you're like, oh, the potential is limitless. There's countless replayability. There's not. I haven't replayed the game since I beat it.
There's really no point to it. Once you beat it, you pretty much see everything. There's a few collectibles here and there, like some cosmetics that you can get. But other than that, it's just the story, I guess.
I think
Which
this
is the
sets the bar
selling
too
point.
high.
I just think
I
it's
was
a
never into Watch
poor
Dogs, so I have
execution,
nothing
maybe,
to add to this.
or maybe it's not poor execution. I don't know. I just feel like that if they didn't sell it like it was just like a,
They didn't
I don't know. Maybe if
sell it
this,
like a Watch Dogs game.
yeah, I don't know how I would sell that honestly, or how I'd change it honestly, because I don't. Me personally, if it was just like if you wanted me to make a Watch Dogs game, I'd make it set characters because I don't. That would be it. The tech that goes behind Legion is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, but don't think it's. They're trying to change the genre, I believe, because excuse me. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so I think that they're just trying to like shift the genre, like they did with Assassin's Creed, because they put Assassin's Creed and then they made it an RPG, and then they stuck Assassin's Creed on the front of it, and then added like minimal stealth aspects, and then that's what made it the Assassin's Creed, I guess. But I just don't feel like Watch Dogs Legion should have been a part of the Watch Dogs franchise, other than just a spin-off. But because they had the Bad Blood DLC or whatever, it made it like canon, I guess.
Why was the Bad Blood DLC better than the actual game?
Because you have say it with me now, set characters. Characters that actually respond naturally to dialogue. Because guess what? They're not just plug and use.
Watch Dogs Legion is just a big ass plug and play.
It is. It's
Those-
just like, oh, you have character, dialogue, select which ones fit in whatever scenario, and then bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
remember
It's like,
whenever-
oh, my family died, but you helped me out. Okay, thank you.
You remember whenever
and then recruited.
my family died, but you helped me settle my debt. Sure, I'll work for you. You remember how hard
Like-
we were searching for a pair of fucking boots because none of the stores would sell them?
Oh yeah, it's atrocious. The drip choices in my game,
Me and Joe spent, I think, 35 minutes trying to find a pair of black boots. Why the fuck was it so hard for us to find them? We're in London!
It's London, isn't it?
It's fucking London!
There's like 20, 30 stores that you can access in the game, and there's
And
like
only
really-
one sold the pair of black boots we needed.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure, like, moving on. Joe, do you remember what we were talking about?
Watch Dogs, apparently. Shit.
Yeah, Watch Dogs, and that was about it.
In Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Oh, another one of Ubisoft's goofball mistakes. Splinter Cell. What the fuck happened to it?
Oh god! Don't start! Please don't start! My heart can't handle it.
Where did Splinter Cell go?
Also, where did the remake go? They were gonna remake the first game. Where did that go?
I think
He went to Siege.
Oh yeah.
That was after Siege. They announced the remake after the Siege stuff. That's
and
what
he
I'm
and
confused
he was
about.
also in Ghost Recon, which that
He's also
DLC
in a
was
couple phone games.
kinda alright. I don't know. There wasn't really much to note there. But yeah, after Blacklisted, poof.
Chaos Theory is still the best game in that whole series.
Didn't play him. Oh, I've only played Blacklist.
You're missing out.
I also
Let's
need to play
play-
Conviction.
Conviction.
Conviction's pretty good.
All right.
Conviction's yeah. Conviction's the first game. Well, I guess the first. Or what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Guess
Conviction
there's
and
none,
Blacklist are the only games that have the newer control scheme with like the 3D aspect, I guess. Or
I
it's
need
not it's not like the old games where you can just interact with everything and anything like. It's very much the new engine, the two new engine games, and then that was it.
I need to play both Conviction and Chaos Theory.
You
I
should
want to.
definitely play Conviction first, and then go into Chaos Theory.
Is that biased because you like Conviction more?
No, it's a thing because if you want to go from Chaos Theory to Conviction, it's going to be like a fucking whiplash effect. And the only reason why I like Conviction so much is the co-op storyline
No,
with
Conviction had
Kestrel and the other person.
Fisher.
No, you play as like an American, and your co-op partner plays as a Russian agent.
If you forgot the main character, that would have been so fucking funny. Yeah, the guy who's on the front cover. What's his name?
Samuel Leo Fisher.
Fishman. The
Yeah,
person who can make a turkey gobble sound. The turkey gobbler.
The turkey
I love
gobbler.
stealth games. Can we transition to that topic? Stealth games.
I'm fucking trash at him.
I fucking love stealth games.
Splinter Cell, rest in peace. Metal Gear Solid, rest in peace. I'm so sorry that you both got did dirty.
I'm so sorry that the last game to come out in the franchise of Metal Gear was Survive.
I'm so sorry that Metal Gear Solid 5 was unfinished and nobody's ever gonna reach to that third chapter. It'll never be finished.
I'm so I'm so sorry.
Rest in peace. You'll always be forever in my heart.
Rest in peace, Metro. You ended on one of the best fucking games, in my opinion.
Oh, I didn't like Exodus.
Get the fuck out.
Hold on. Here, let's hear him out. What? Why do you not like it?
So, to me, one of the biggest selling points for Metro was how cramped it was. Everything is trying to kill you, and you have nowhere to run.
Okay.
Let's take that and make it open world where you can go wherever the fuck you feel like and avoid combat if you really feel like it.
Okay.
I played through the first section of the game after you get the train like 4 times, and it is completely possible to completely ghost by any combat.
Yes.
There is nothing forcing you to stand toe to toe with either mutated creatures or people. Take your pick with that. I don't know. I feel like it took the formula and gave it a twist it didn't need. It was fixing something that wasn't broken.
I can understand that 100% because the section that I dislike the most is everything after the taiga, or the swampy part, like the desert and then the forest, like all that shit. The gameplay perspective is boring as fuck. The only thing that kept the wheels turning is the story that you knew was coming to you. You just had to get to it. And
I feel like
holy fuck, is it a pain in the ass?
I feel like Metro Exodus is a really good title.
But the story is oozing with detail.
Oh yeah. I just think that it takes the formula like of the other Metro games and they try to apply it to an open world setting or like a semi-open world setting.
They needed to change the gameplay loop at least a little bit.
At least a little bit, yes.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been Borderline Stalker. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think it should have just been a Stalker clone, in my opinion.
I mean, that's what Metro got called for a while.
Oh, that's true. I I completely forgot about that.
But I think you see me, hi. I think it had its own identity.
Yeah, it did. Absolutely, it did.
To defend it, I'm not saying it's a perfect game by any means. I still think it has boring points. I think that there's only so much you can do down in the metro system that they that they
That's fair.
that they had to go the only place that they haven't up.
And also, um, like two things. Also, they ran out of book material
And you
to
were
make a
reading it.
story
I don't
of.
know if you ever finished it.
Oh, I'm still kind of in the middle of it, but I'm really ass at managing my time, so I really haven't had a chance to pick it back up again. But they ran out of book material, and everything like they make in the game is, I mean, it is canon because the person who wrote the books is a approved of it pretty much.
Hmm.
And the person who wrote the books I think he passed away, or he's involved with the Ukraine war, I believe. Um, but
Could be
anyway,
both.
yeah, I think so. But we're not gonna get another. I don't think we're gonna get another Metro title anytime soon, or period. But I think that's also another reason why it was like called Exodus. Like just taking it strictly from the definition of Exodus, like
It,
both literally and like metaphorically, as in like it's a departure of the series, like it's a final farewell, and it's also a final farewell for the characters of the actual Metro system because they don't go back.
And I think that's what they were hinting at because their RTM story is complete. They found a home. They don't have to run anymore. Unless a new villain turns up, which I am not holding my breath by any means.
I wish they had done more with the dark ones, honestly.
The Dark Ones
Maybe
really, the Dark Ones got did dirty.
nothing happens with them in Exodus.
Yeah, that's true, especially
I
because
think
Artyom is like the Dark One, chosen one, pretty much.
He's the Messiah.
He's him.
he he's the Eye of Horror. He's the Magna Carta. Let's check the time here. All right, we have officially made it to. We're actually a little over
Yeah, it's.
the
I was
hour
gonna say. I
mark.
feel like. I mean, feels like most of what we talked about was just video games.
What the hell else are we going to talk about? We don't go outside.
True, true.
Well,
Do we have anything else we want to close out with? Yes.
Yeah. Anybody who gets their opinions from Twitter, fuck you.
what?
Just had to throw that
That's
in.
it. Yeah. I start no. I listen. A little context. I start scrolling through Twitter like towards the end of this thing, and looking at all these dumbasses like reply to this fucking post, and man, I hate people. It's the only reason why I get on this shit. I get on Twitter is just
Just to be
to
pissed?
look at people. No, I'm not pissed. It's just to look at people be dumb.
Okay, well, on that note, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Do we
This,
have? Do we have a date that we want to get the trailer out?
no.
Okay,
When it's done, whenever it's done.
that's.
I'm not gonna
I,
time crunch myself to something that I can't guarantee is gonna happen. With that being said, the Super Secret podcast is coming to a close. I thank everyone for turning out. Whenever this gets crunched down and posted onto the interwebs, I'll advertise it again. So if you are seeing it on YouTube and or TikTok, I greatly appreciate you coming out. The end cards shows when I may or may not be live. This last week I was busier than two rabbits fucking in a wool sock. So we're gonna try and do better. And I will see you motherfuckers on the next one.